welcome back to the Armaggeddon GoDz Asia Grand Slam. I'm GoDz here, casting on Beyond the Summit online stream. Here also casting the live audience at the Marina Bay Sands. We are here with a winner-bracket quarterfinal match between one team who's won a match early today and one team who's been seeded directly into this quarterfinal. We've got Harrosh, 3-point Harrosh, who won their match earlier today, up against TLeR, Reborn, playing over on the Radiant side. A team from Indonesia, one of two teams representing Indonesia. Harrosh, one of the two Singaporean representatives. We've also got First Departure in the bracket. So we've got an Indonesian team up against the Singaporean Harrosh. Harrosh, well, they had a bit of a shaky game earlier today. They did manage to take down GoDz. It wasn't convincing, but they did manage in the long run to win a big. It was like a 60-minute game or something completely crazy. They went for a Wisp that game. We'll have to see if they go for a Wisp here again. They banned out the Keeper of the Light, the Batrider, and then we see TLeR ban out the Nyx Assassin. Magnus as well joining the ban pool. So first pick now for Mr. Keo. Earlier today it was the Wisp. Are we looking at another Wisp draft or do we go somewhere else? There's a lot of strong heroes in the pool. Darkseer is still there, as well as some other strong solos carries as well. Something which Lifestealer, who's seen a lot of play, still in the pool as well. Rubik and Shadow Demon, the two strong supports, also in the pool at the moment. So not really a guarantee that we're going to be seeing that Wisp first pick, but hey, there we go. Wisp it is again. Mr. Keo played it earlier today. Probably see him playing that once again here up against TLeR, a team who we haven't seen just yet. They qualified through the Indonesia qualifier for the Armaggeddon GoDz Asia Grand Slam, and here we are with two picks going their way. Up against the Wisp. We saw Disruptor being used very effectively earlier on today as a nice little semi-counter to that. But right now we're going to have to see whether or not they look for an early Disruptor pick or just go for the more stable support options such as Shadow Demon as well as the Rubik. As TLeR starting to actually chew through some of their reserve time here, so really I think a bit thrown aloof by this Wisp pick. They were not expecting it by any means, especially with this pool being completely wide open. Darkseer in the pool, Rubik, Shadow Demon. Then you've got your sort of carry options in there as well. Something which they're maybe considering. They're obviously expecting something like a CK here. We saw the Wisp CK being used earlier on by Mr. Keo, but picking up a CK to prevent it, not really a go-to strategy. So they get themselves a Queen of Pain, Tidehunter as well. So they want the team fight. All about the team fight for TLeR. They've got the Tide Ravage, Queen of Pain AoE. Also Queen of Pain is strong lane controlling heroes. So all in all, it's a safe two picks here, I feel. They've got the strong laning Queen of Pain. They've also got the strong team fight potential of a Tidehunter, having that Ravage. So I like where TLeR is going with this, especially the Tidehunter. Tidehunter does do well against a Wisp, but it's not Wisp CK. We may be looking at a Wisp Lifestealer. Lifestealer gets picked up as the second pick here. And, well, Mr. Keo, what does he want to get with this third pick now? A couple more seconds of regular time. We're going to start getting into that reserve time as the third pick coming up now for Mr. Keo. It's going to be this other support. They get themselves Rubik now, so there's most likely your two supports already picked out. Rubik as well as Wisp already grabbed. You've got your Lifestealer. And then we need two last and final picks coming out from Mr. Keo's Harrosh team. But it's TLeR who have their third pick before we get into that ban stage. And they, well, Tidehunter more likely than not played as a support hero. He can go into that off-lane solo, but most likely we're going to support Tide. So maybe we get your other support hero, whether it's the Shadow Demon, basically the go-to support hero generally, or something potentially different coming out from TLeR. Maybe they look to just get their carry hero here, and then look to ban out the rest of the other carry heroes. As the third pick coming out now, TLeR Reborn. Flying in all the way from, for those of you guys just tuning in, this is your Armaggeddon GoDz Asia Grand Slam. We've got teams flying in from Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, Sri Lanka even. Teams from all over Southeast Asia have come down to Singapore for the LAN Grand Finals here, where $20,000 in prize money, sponsorship contracts, as well as sponsorship gear is up for grabs. And TLeR, well, there's a lot at stake. They're going to put all their hopes for this match in the Darkseer. That's their third pick. Now we look to see who's going to get banned out here with our first six picks already decided. Shadow Demon gets taken out by Mr. Keo. Where's the TLeR captain? Vans takes out the Invoker. A quick run through this TLeR team. We've got Vans the captain, DOTS, Dots, Hiyori, Waihu, and Road Sector rounding off this Indonesian squad. And they've got their work cut out for them, taking on Harrosh, who's already got a bit of momentum going their way. They won earlier today, and they're looking to make it 2 wins today. We've got, I think, one more match on after this, and then we're done for the day. Our second last match today, we've got a Bane band coming out from Draken, and sorry, not from Draken, from Mr. Keo, Draken's teammate. But Bane is a nice little counter to have up against the Lifestealer. Fiend's Grip works as a strong counter to him, goes through the magic immunity that you get from the Wraith, so it does make sense as a band coming out from Mr. Keo here. Enigma going to be the next band coming out from TLeR. They're worried about some team fight. You've already got the Tidehunter and the Queen of Pain team fight coming from TLeR. They're worried about what the Harrosh team can get for themselves as far as team fight goes. Rubik, Lifestealer, Wisp, great for ganking, great for split pushing, but you haven't got much team fight there. You haven't really got that big AoE ultimate like the Enigma Black Hole, and that's why we see it getting banned out. Maybe even something like a Sand King gets banned, but the issue is there, you've already got 2 supports. Sand King or Rubik would have to be played as a solo or as a farmer, not generally your sort of go-to position for that hero. Last band's now coming out for Harrosh.
5 seconds remaining.
What's it going to be? What are they worried about here that can sort of finish off this TLeR roster? I had one of the players come up to me earlier on. I was actually King, saying, hey, they're not too worried about this TLeR team. They're really happy with the bracket they've got. Harrosh feel very confident they can basically get their way through this bracket pretty easily. They don't have ABC or First Departure in their side of the bracket. Their semi-final is most likely going to be up against Awake. Awake, who just took down Gizmo. So if they win this match, they're up against Awake in the winner bracket semi-finals, who they feel confident against. If everything goes according to the plan with this game as well as their next, they're possibly in the winner bracket finals up against either First Departure or ABC. So Harrosh definitely confident with the bracket they've been given. The question is TLeR a team they can actually comfortably beat? TLeR, not a very well-known team, just a team who's come in from Indonesia that not many people can really say much about. So they're a bit of a dark horse, a bit of a team who can cause some prizes, and that's really something they've got to look to use to their advantage, the fact that they can catch teams by surprise. Chaos Knight actually going to be the last band, so still worried about that with CK duo. Even with the lifesteal being picked up, there's always the potential for dual lanes. Something we actually saw in their earlier game. They had the Wisp CK, and then they also had the Naga Siren with the Rubik. So they ran 2 strong dual lanes. They had the Wisp Lifestealer at mid, and then the Rubik Naga at top. So potential for something similar here with Rubik and Lifestealer laying together, and then they can go for a Wisp CK. So I like the CK being banned out, even with the Lifestealer already picked up. The 4th pick now coming out. Who's it going to be? They haven't really got that offlaner yet. Windrunner still in the pool, as is the Lone Druid. Plenty of offlane potential heroes. Nature's Prophet as well. If you want to go split push, something we saw them doing. Well, there we go. Split push it is. Harrosh just love their split push. They did such a good job with the Naga Siren split pushing. Having Naga Siren pushing one lane, the Wisp CK pushing another, ganking another. They can now do the same with this Nature's Prophet pick. And if they really want, they could still pick up that Naga Siren. Have a Wisp Lifestealer dual lane, and then have a Rubik Naga Siren dual lane. The potential is still there to go all out with this split push, pick up a Naga Siren, and that could really cause some problems for this TLeR team who picked themselves up a Jakiro for the time being. Strong, stable, defensive support hero there. Doesn't have a huge amount of DPS, especially with the nerfed Ice Path. Doesn't do as much damage at level 1. You've got up to level 4 before you get the 100 damage coming out from that a pop. But, well, what we're seeing now is going to be Jakiro, Tidehunter, most likely played as the 2 supports. They need a carry hero though. Anti-Mage, well, the fail-safe. Basically the hero you pick when it's like, oh, I don't know what to pick, let's pick Anti-Mage, is out of the pool. We're looking at stuff like a Luna or maybe a Faceless Void as this last pick for the TLeR team, for that carry role. Harrosh, they've got the final pick first. Bit of an oxymoron coming out there, final pick first, but it is going to be their 5th and final pick. They've got the Nature's Prophet, generally played in the offlane, Lifestealer, Wisp, and Rubik, who can be a tri-lane, or maybe, as mentioned, they go for the dual lanes. They can pick up the Naga Siren, or they look to just go for a strong solo mid. Something they would have up against the Queen of Pain. Something like a Puck. Doesn't give them quite the same amount of split push. If they really want split push, and they want a solo mid, then we're looking at something like a Tinker. Tinker could easily come out here if they really wanted to. And then you're looking at complete ultimate split push. Even better than having the Naga Siren would be having that Tinker. 15 more seconds. They've done it. It's the Tinker. Last pick Tinker coming out from Harrosh. You've got the Nature's Prophet, the Tinker, 2 global heroes, and then you've got Wisp, who can bring anyone. In this case, it's going to be the Lifestealer to wherever they want on the map. And forget Luna, forget Faceless Void. It's going to be a last pick Alchemist. Vaan's going to try his hand at that hero. The TLeR captain going to be playing that Alchemist here in your winner bracket quarterfinal. TLeR from Indonesia up against the Singaporean Harrosh. We'll hop right into this game in just a second, guys, once the players have finished picking their heroes. Thanks everyone for tuning into the live stream here on the Beyond the Summit 2 channel, as well as a big thanks to everyone here at the live event watching and just waiting to find a winner. We've got 4 days of action. Today's just the first of 4 days. We've got Friday, Saturday, Sunday ahead of us, and by Sunday is over, we'll have a champion crowned here at the Armaggeddon Dota 2 Asia Grand Slam. But until we get there, we've got one little stepping stone on the way right here. TLeR, we've got Vans playing the Alchemist. We've got Road Sector playing the Darkseer. Tidehunter being played by Hiyori. Waihu playing the Queen of Pain. And then we've got Dots playing that Jakiro at the top. Not the top lane. As we've got Powerhouse playing the Lifestealer. King playing the Rubik. Mr. Kyo on the Wisp. Bisha going to be the one playing the Tinker. And then we've got finally, seeing at base, is the Nature's Prophet. Whoa, Surge, Tidehunter, he wants blood, he smells King. King going to get gushed down, but it's no backup in range. Early point in the Surge. This means Darkseer won't have that Iron Shell for the lane. Bit of a slip up there, but guys, as some of you may have realized, this is a LAN event, the players can hear what I say, so I'll do my best not to reveal all too much, although do pardon me when I make little slip-ups like that. I won't reveal these lanes just yet. Over on the Dire side, we'll have to see how they look to lane this with this strong trialing of theirs. Oh, early D-Ward coming out here on the top river. They find the Observer that's been put down. King going to D-Ward, and it does look like the two supports are going to be at that top lane. They'll leave Tinker towards the mid lane, the likely solo mid. You have the strong trialing with the Wisp, Rubik, and Lifesteal, and then you've got your off-laner, the Nature's Prophet. Yumu Kunpaku, a.k.a. Draken, playing that Nature's Prophet. Over on the TLeR side, they've got two options. Offensive tri-lane or, well, not offensive tri-lane. And, well, with a Darkseer with Surge, he's not going to really be doing much in a safe lane. Darkseer's kind of your go-to off-lane hero. Generally played in that off-lane. Alchemist is going to be revealed at the bottom lane. He's gone for an early Quelling Blade. Oxy forced it last hit under his tower with this Nature's Prophet pulling the creep wave. Nice little trick you can do with that Nature's Prophet. Give yourself the farm under your own tower, and this is going to be problematic for Alchemist, who's, well, farming under his own tower is not really the place you want to be. So far, unable to get a single last hit as a result. Tidehunter putting a bit of pressure on mid lane, it looks like, roaming around a bit. Wants to get some early wards, wants to just apply some early pressure here. Keep Tinker on his guard. Make sure he's not playing too aggressive here at the mid lane. Queen of Pain versus Tinker at mid, and, well, a bit of an, I'd say, slightly even matchup here. Queen of Pain has the potential to control the runes using the blink. If you know where they spawn, you can get there first, but Tinker can always play the guessing game. Go there before it spawns, hope it spawns.
Oh, no.
Not to mention the possibility just to bottle courier. If you're falling behind at mid lane, refill your bottle using that courier. And it is going to be a tri lane at bottom with Jakiro, Alchemist, as well as Tidehunter. Ideally, they're going to be looking to kill off this Nature's Prophet in the somewhat near future, but right now, Nature's Prophet already hitting level 2. Having a much better time than this off-lane Darkseer. Off-lane Darkseer, well, level 2 himself, but he's being forced way, way back. Wisp and Rubik, I mean, as far as supports go, these are kind of two supports you want levels. Oh, whoa. Bottom lane, first blood actually going to come at bottom lane. Jakiro as well as Alchemist and Tidehunter, the trio. They find the Nature's Prophet, and it looks like a fairly easy, straightforward kill on the Nature's Prophet. Being a bit too aggressive as far as the bottom lane. We'll take a quick look at that one. As the beauty of having this instant replay, I never miss a kill. Gush, Ice Path to follow things up. Alchemist with basically a full duration stun. And there was just enough damage to finish off that kill. The kill going the way of the Tidehunter, and, well, we're going to see whether or not Harrosh can stabilize after giving up an early kill. It looked like, I mean, not much damage was dealt to the Nature's Prophet until the Alchemist stun came in. And this is why. Level 2 stun. He's maxing out the stun. He's getting as many points as possible. Would have only been a level 1 stun there, but normally for a farming Alchemist, you're not looking at getting stunned this early on. But it's aggressive trialing. I say aggressive, they are playing in their safe lane, but they're looking to get as aggressive as possible on this Nature's Prophet. Top lane, we've got Lifestealer, Powerhouse. He's looking to get his farm up there. They're trading farm with the Lifestealer for the Alchemist, and Alchemist, well, getting those kills has meant he's fallen behind a bit in terms of farm. Tinker and Queen of Pain trading blows at mid. Tinker's got his bottle up now. And, ooh, look at this build. Hasn't actually leveled anything up. Will be probably looking towards a March build. Maybe once one of his teammates start stacking Ancients for him. Nature's Prophet is there at the bottom lane if you want to start doing that. Not to mention the supports here. Mr. Keo and the Rubik of King. They can stack neutrals as well if they'd like. Plenty of potential for these heroes to get some farm, get some XP. Illusion Rune from Rubik. Just going to try to scout things out here. Looks like Darkseer as well, Jakiro. They know what's up. They realize there's been an Illusion Rune picked up and things are starting to stabilize here. Darkseer decides to completely abandon the top lane, in fact. He's going to make his way out of the top lane into his own jungle, realizing there's not a whole lot of farm to be had there. The Rubik, the Wisp, the Lifestealer, now they've hit level 3, level 4, they can kill him. They can basically, even with the Surge there, there's enough lockdown that they can bring him down if they want to. TLeR, ooh, getting very aggressive here. They're looking for Fisher at the mid lane. There's going to be a counter again coming from Mr. Keo. Tethers up. Queen of Pain, Blinkers on cooldown. Is there going to be enough damage to bring him down? Doesn't look like that's the case. Tinker still saving these skill points. If he can get a kill with laser rockets, I guess he'll go that route, but until then, he'll save it for the March. If he can't get any kills, he'll go for the March. But if the kills show themselves, he'll get maybe some additional points in the rockets, in the laser. As we do see Little Sprout, a cheeky Little Sprout under the tower. Alchemist looking for a stun. Will actually land this on the Nature's Prophet just to force him back. Ice Path. Oh, Jakiro. You can't take that tower, man. He's going to salve himself up now. As our top lane, the push is on. Lifestealer, Rubik, and Wisp. They're looking to really apply a lot of pressure, get themselves an early tier 1 tower, and the same is not happening at bottom. Nature's Prophet able to keep his tower nice and healthy here. Darkseer is back. Realizes that he can't spend all his time in the jungle if he wants to defend this top tier 1 tower, but it's too little too late. Uh-oh, TPN. They found Darkseer and there is no escape. Not when there's a Sprout to keep him down. The Surge is not up and this will be the end of Darkseer. Road Sector goes down. Rubik picks up the kill. It goes the way of King. And with that, the tier 2 tower possibly also going to be put under pressure here. They've taken 1 tower. Let's try and make it 2, they say. No one at top to defend. Ping's coming on near the tier 3, but there really isn't a whole lot they can do to defend this tier 2, and it looks like we're going to see Harrosh get 2 very fast towers here in the top lane. TLeR, they may be looking to get this Queen of Pain involved soon. Queen of Pain's had pretty much uncontested farm at this mid lane. Has had to battle out with this Tinker, but he's had the best of that matchup so far. And Lifestealer, well, he grabs himself a tower, a tier 2 tower at that. Just 6 minutes in the game, 2 towers being taken down very, very quickly. Bottom lane, nothing similar happening. Even with Nature's Prophet TPing towards the top lane, TLeR unable to use that to push. What has Alchemist got? It's the money item. All about that money. And Alchemist picks up his Midas, goes straight into the jungle, looking for a creep to use that on. Elsewhere over on the Harrosh side, well, they're looking to use their jungle as well. Even with these fast tier 2 towers, they're going to let up the pressure for the time being and try and just catch up on levels, because they need both Rubik as well as Wisp hitting those level 6 before they look for any sort of a team fight. Oh, Queen of Pain, invis at the mid lane. Fisher goes down to a Sonic Wave. Easy kill with that invis rune on the Queen of Pain. Tidehunter, Queen of Pain just teaming up for that one. And Tidehunter with the 2 points in Gush had the extra minus armor as well as that damage to complement the Queen of Pain so nicely. And well, even with TP's in, that was a dead Tinker, and that's really the liability of having this solo mid Tinker. Hard to keep him alive, hard to offer him too much protection. Oh, Queen of Pain's not done, they're looking for more, they want Mr. Keo. Queen of Pain comes in, 1 more right click's going to be needed, Mr. Keo gets stunned up by a tether. Problem is he's now under this tower. As Hayuri, the Tidehunter, goes down a 1-4 trade there, Tidehunter for that Wisp. And it's top lane, Darkseer on the run now. Lifesteal as well as Rubik are trying to chase him down, and Lifesteal with these phase boots should be able to catch up. Does succeed in doing so. Nature's Prophet TPing in just to make sure he goes down, but ultimately he was just there to get a bit of farm, bit of XP. Alchemist with this money Midas, trying to get as much farm as possible. How's his net worth looking? He's actually behind the Lifestealer. The tower gold going the way of Harrosh has managed to keep the Lifestealer slightly ahead there. And TP is now coming in bottom. Harrosh do not want to let a single tower go. Lifestealer immediately rages off the Ice Path, doesn't actually get taken down by it. He's going to go on this Alchemist who does have rage and maybe needs to pop it. Tether damage is there. Gets stunned as well as the Alchemist. Alchemist goes down. Now they switch target. THG is next. Jakiro gets brought down. Great TP coming out from Powerhouse. 2 kills go the way of the Dire team. Harrosh using this mobility items coming out on the lifestealer. Phase boots, drums. Cheap, cost-effective items to help fight, to help give movement speed. And, well, it's kills going their way. Looks like mid lane, there was a bit of engagement as Nature's Prophet forced up a bit of a defensive sprout there. He's going to be okay. Queen of Pain 2-0 for the time being. And top, Darkseer finally finding his lane empty, finally getting some XP and farm for himself. He's up to level 6 now, so he's sort of stabilized as far as his game goes. And bottom lane, Harrosh took down 2 fast towers top. They may be looking for some at bottom as well. We'll take another quick look at that Lifestealer TP in at the bottom lane, because that was just such a smart play from him. He TP's in here, immediately pops the Rage, which we didn't catch there, but he popped the Rage, didn't get caught by an Ice Path, and with Ice Path on cooldown, there was no way that TLeR could come out of this on top. They lost Alchemist, and then shortly after they lost the Jakiro as well. Now they find their bottom lane, this tier 1 tower, under siege. A couple heroes here for Harrosh. Wisp, not level 6 just yet. Still sitting on this level 5, but even without the level 6, Lifesteal can just go charging and using his phase boots tools, jumping endurance. He's got the movement speed. You just need the tether there. Give the additional stun, give the additional lockdown as well. Tied under upon him. He wants a level 6 of his own. I mentioned having the Wisp level 6 here. Having a tied level 6 is just as important, if not more so. The one thing TLeR are lacking, and he's going to hit that now. Wisp. TP in the top. It looks like they are going to be a bit of engagement. Darkseer looking for this Nature's Prophet. Harrosh. There's no real sort of escape here for the Nature's Prophet, except going to be a Queen of Pain ultimate double kill, as Queen of Pain does take a fall in exchange. Going to try to bring down this Darkseer. One more right click is going to be needed. The open wounds are there. Problem is Surge is level 2. The slow is still there for a bit longer, and now the Lifestealer catches up, finishes off the Darkseer, and 2 for 2 trade here at the top lane. I think it's okay for TLeR. They get a 2 for 2 trade. They also get a lot of farm for the Alchemist. He's sitting bottom lane. Ultimately, the problem for them in the late game is going to be this split push though. Harrosh have such a great global lineup with the Nature's Prophet TP, the Tinker Boots of Travel re-up, and then you've got the Wisp with the relocate. Bottom lane, while TLeR may want to push this, it's going to be so hard to do so. The Tinker spam with the rockets as well as March of the Machines is going to keep this push back. Stall things as much as possible. Make this as hard as possible to push. Tinker, though, he may have overextended. He's gone in very deep here. Telekinesis is going to stop the Alchemist from stunning him right away, but it still comes out. March of the Machines doing a lot of damage here. Here's your Wisp Lifesteal TP in, and Alchemist. He's overextended. Wisp hits level 6, and then suddenly things go very, very south for the Radiant team. TLeR get caught out there at the bottom lane. Wisp going to go back to where he came from. Just in the river. Rejoins back bottom now, and this tier 1 bottom tower, there's no one defending it for the time being. Tinker is down, so once Tinker's back up, we could be seeing him TP back bottom. Look to defend that. Powerhouse just leading the charge. He's got the phase drums. He wants that armlet up as well as his next big item. And Nature's Prophet treads 3 points in the treants. Probably going to be looking for that mech for his team. Give him that heals for this early push, because they're looking to take down as many early game towers as possible. Tinker, he's had these boots of travel in his bottle, but he hasn't managed to buy his soul ring yet. He had a good start, but he's really fallen behind with a couple quick deaths in succession. He'd love to have that soul ring up, and then he needs either the blink dagger or the force staff. One of those 2 items. It's going to be what gets him out of those dangerous, sticky situations. You can blink into trees, be very elusive, or you can use the force staff just to get away from brute damage. You can be taking damage and still force staff away. That's the beauty of that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Over on the Harrosh side, though, it looks like they're going to start doing this little trick. This will help get that Tinker's soul ring.
Double damage.
And well, the TLeR, they finding themselves falling a bit behind as far as the overall gold graph goes, and this has come from a lot of tower kills. Wisp TP, it's the top lane, it's Darkseer. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Darkseer gets brought down by a Wisp relocate, and they're going to move on to the Queen of Pain. Can they keep up? Doesn't look like they'll be able to do so. Wisp, the relocate going to wear off. Wisp goes back bottom. And Queen of Pain just going to TP out of there. Doesn't want to have anything to do with this Lifestealer, who's doing a lot of damage right now. Armlet is completed on Lifestealer. And it's not just Lifestealer with a lot of farm. Tinker, Nature's Prophet, even the Rubik played as a support here. He's got some decent levels as well as farm. Arcane Boots, 1300 gold. Level 8 on him as well. And it's the Tinker. Well, he's got his Soul Ring boots to travel up now. Straight into those Ancients. Wants to clear those out time and time again. How's this Alchemist doing? He's had that Midas for some time. Is he got his first big item up yet? It's coming very soon. Should have it after this creep wave. We're looking at a Shadow Blade. Shadow Blade Alchemist. So he wants the initiation. He's not going for a pure late game carry. He's going to look for a more aggressive build here. Shadow Blade in, stun, then Shadow Blade in, then unleash the stun. Go for the full duration. Oh no. This could spell trouble for him. Lifesteal's just going to go straight onto him. Alchemist is taking so much damage here. There's no escape. Lifesteal with a solo kill. I say solo kill, but Nature's Prophet helped out a bit there with the ultimate, but it's going to be mid lane. Wisper's Rogue Rubik taking a lot of damage. Wisp down the rank. Queen of Pain going to bring down the Wisp. They've already lost 2. Instant buyback. Wisper's Rogue Rubik buyback, and Wisp can relocate them in. Not going to do so, just going to TP in towards the mid lane here. 2 Revenge Skills being picked up. Well, say 1 Revenge Skill. Jakira gets brought down. Darkstream gets crowded up, and there's no Tango. No vacuum as well. No escape from that Sprout. Another kill going the way of Harrosh. They're now up 13 kills to 8 here at just 14 minutes into this game.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Lifestealer now, well, he's got himself 1k gold. Next big item up. He's had that armlet phase drums for some time, and he's looking to get another big item up. We're only 14 minutes in. He's going to have something like a Desolator, maybe a Basher. Whichever item he wants to go for is going to be coming soon. All this tower gold. All the tier 1 towers now dropped. The tier 2 as well at top lane got dropped a long time ago. And as a result, Harrosh are getting more and more map control to go their way. They're dominating this map, and TLeR are forced to play on the back foot. Not only are they lacking map control, they're lacking items. The gold difference is getting bigger and bigger. That gold graph just dipping and dipping. Same goes for this XP graph. And now they go. They move on to the next big target. Something that it looks like TLeR can't stop. TLeR, they're just trying to get these first level of items up. The Darkseer wants his mech. Alchemist does have his Shadow Blade up. Queen of Pain, well, looking for an Orchid Malevolence here. Problem is, it's not going to be the ultimate solution, because Queen of Pain is going to be very squishy, even with this Orchid build. And well, the Dire team, what we caught the end of there was Roshan going down. Something I can't say too much about, as this is a LAN event. The players can hear what's going on. So Roshan does drop. Alchemist, Aegis, picked up by the Lifestealer. Alchemist over on the Radiant side. He's just trying to catch up on some farm here. Has the Shadow Blade as well as that Midas. Trouble's all over this Darkseer. They burst him down with a Rubik Fade Bolt, and now things are going to go from bad to worse at this bottom lane. They want more pickoffs. Is there a counter gank of anything? Jakiro. Rage, not actually up. He's going to get caught by the Ice Blast as well as a Macropire. Rage comes afterwards, trying to bring down the Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain's going to blink out of there, and well, it's Jakiro who will take a fall. Tidehunter without a Ravage for the time being. Hasn't used it. Wisp and Lifesteal, they're chasing. They want more. They're taking out 3. They're Darkseer, Queen of Pain, Jakiro all on the sideline. Oh, Tide. Tide. You're dead. You're very dead. Lifestealer brings him down. His 7th kill of the game. Powerhouse is doing just what his name suggests, being an absolute powerhouse.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
17 to 8 now the kill lead for this Harrosh team. And they're going to try to bring down this tier 2 tower upon them as well with this leader there. Nothing really in their way. Rubik.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Blink Dagger coming after him. Fisher as well in that Tinker's got a Blink Dagger of his own. The mobility is there from these heroes. They can just be so damn annoying. And well, Alchemist now in a bit of a sticky situation. What does he go for? Aggressive damage dealing items, or does he go for something more defensive? There's your answer. It's really the two options. You get ahead fast, you can go for a more farm-based hero killing build, but if you get behind like you are now, you've got to go for those defensive items. Whether it's a BKB, maybe even something like a Heaven's Halberd. Having the evasion will definitely help up against this Lifestealer. And well, what's Mr. Kyo getting here? There we go. Gets himself his next gun, and just one outer tower remaining over on the Radiant side, this tier 2 mid. And you've got to feel that Harrosh are going to be looking to bring that down fairly soon. TLeR, there's not a whole lot of options for them as far as defending goes. They just do not have the farm they need. Tidehunter does have a Ravage. That's going to be the one sort of redeeming factor for them. If they can hit a big Tide Ravage on 3, 4, 5 heroes, then they're looking good. Darkseer. This has been the story of this game. This Darkseer getting caught out time and time again. He's got 3 points in the surge, but it's not going to be enough. Tinker's there with a blink.
Ooh, they never
burst him down, and Darkseer now with 7 deaths to his name. Very, very tough game for him. Yumu Kontaku, Draken, trying to farm up another Oblivion Staff of his own. He's got an Orchid Malevolence coming as soon as possible. And that's something this Queen of Pain's looking for himself, but it just hasn't succeeded in getting. Wisp, where's going to be the next fly-in? The next drive-by assassination coming from this Wisp ultimate, the relocate. Such a useful tool to have to set up these kills anywhere on the map. There's your tether, just need to find a target now. Maybe even just give me this tier 2 mid tower. Help provide some protection here, because right now TLeR are just hiding, not revealing themselves on the map, playing as cautiously as possible. Queen of Pain close to that Orchid Malevolence, but just not quite there. And oh boy, this lifesteal with a ton of farm. I mentioned aggressive damage dealing items, well this is another way that you can play it. Picks himself up a Reaver, and he's going to be looking for a Heart of Trask here. And it's coming up very, very soon with this Reaver already just 19 minutes into the game. TLeR, well, they are in a tough position here. Nothing really going their way. Even with this tight ultimate, they haven't found the team fights they've been looking for. And Tinker, well, went ahead, get further ahead. How do you get further ahead with this item right here? Queen of Pain going to cancel off the Tinker TP. Tinker is looking to be very, very cheeky there. If that TP is at succeed, that's a dead Queen of Pain. It may still be. Oh, you're going to be careful, Queen of Pain. Blink. Oh, there's enough burst damage to Dagon. Dagon Tinker. He's going to blink into his own death here, though. Brings down the Queen of Pain for this. Wisp Lifesteal going to relocate in, and they're going to bring down the Tide Hunter as well as the Jakiro. 3-for-1 trade. Let's make it 4-for-1. They find the Alchemist as well on the sidelines, and well, the Tinker got a bit too overzealous there. He had the Dagon up. He wanted to burst down the Queen of Pain. Succeeded in doing so, but it was at the cost of his own life. Oh, mid lane. Wisp and Lifesteal. They relocate back mid. It's going to be a complete team wipe here if they can finish off Darkseer. They will succeed in doing so. The Orchid right at the end there, coming out from Draken as the last tier 2 tower. The last outside tower left standing is going to be brought down as well now. TLeR just getting absolutely slaughtered there. 4 kills out top, 1 at mid, and the last outer tower now dropped. 23-9 to kill score, and the gold graph is getting uglier and uglier. It's only a matter of time until we look to a high ground. And with an Aegis of the Immortal up on this Lifestealer for some time more, it looks like they may have the confidence to do so. And TLeR, well, they haven't got the best defensive lineup, but they have got a Jakiro. They still haven't used that Ravage in some time, and Queen of Pain with a bit of AoE to her name, so there is some defensive capabilities here. So Harrosh are going to be cautious about how they look to engage in, how they look to take down these tier 3 towers and get themselves some Raxes.
Roots and run.
Tinker denies the top tier 1 tower, so everything going the way of Harrosh here. The first tower does drop, but it gets denied. TLeR getting denied of so much gold, so much farm. And just dipping and dipping as this gold graph. Alchemist trying to get a BKB for himself. He has got this Ogre Club as well as a Mithril Hammer. Just needs that recipe, but right now the push is coming. It's mid lane. And the other thing which we haven't really seen much of from Harrosh, which we're going to have TLeR deal with later on, is going to be these Lifestealer infests. He can infest into Nature's Prophet, he can infest into Wisp. There's so much potential for Gangster. It's going to be Barnes who actually gets the better of the Nature's Prophet. Picks off Nature's Prophet right off the bat. Lifestealer though, he is just too damn tanky here. Ravage going to catch out Lifestealer. He's going to get silenced up as well. Orchid is there, so this is going to make the Lifestealer a lot more killable. Has he got the Aegis? It's already gone. Lifestealer goes down, and that's really the bad timing coming out from Harrosh here. Lifestealer, the Aegis has expired. Tinker, though, going to be the one doing cleanup. He brings down the Alchemist, and with Alchemist down, a big major source of D. Brings down the Jakiro as well with that blinking Dagon laser. So much mobility, so much damage coming out from that Tinker. And the push is now on, even with Lifestealer down. They're unrelenting. They're just going to push onto the high ground here. Nature's Prophet offers some damage. Also the tree itself pushes, as does the Tinker. And Lifestealer, despite being down, well, it looks like the push is going to continue. Mech is actually going to be coming on the Wisp here, not the Nature's Prophet who went for that Orchid. Wisp almost has that completed Mech. He's got his Headdress as well as Buckler waiting at home. And it looks like the push may be over. Alchemist going to be respawning in 10 seconds. Jakiro having just respawned. Oh, Tinker. This does not bode well for you, Tide Hunter. One more rocket. Oh, forget rocket. Blink Dagon. Immediately TP's home, and the Ice Path is going to be too late. Dots cancels it as he realizes it wasn't going to catch up the Tinker there. As the Harrosh side find themselves up 27 kills to 11 now. Really turning their advantages into bigger advantages. Getting kill after kill going their way. Tinker just keeping these lanes pushed down. That's really the big issue for the TLeR side. It's constant pressure, constant split push, and well, constant burst damage coming from this Tinker. He's got the Dagon, and he's not stopping there. Level 3 Dagon now on the Tinker. And some of these heroes are just going to be so squishy to this. And the push is now going towards the mid lane. Rocket spam with Spirit. It's got all this long range AoE spam, and it's really hard to defend this. Vacuum just going to be dropped as a bit of a harass here, but I believe there's Urn Charges if they need it. Yep, Urn Charges coming out from the Wisp. And there's going to be back to split pushing. Tinker goes home, heals himself up, and he'll be back with full mana. Or possibly just start looking to push some of these side lanes. He's going to TP bottom. Push out that bottom lane, maybe look to push out top, but he'll look to rejoin his team once it's an appropriate time, once they want to go to that high ground. Alchemist with the Acid Spray will look to stall this as long as possible. He has got this BKB up, but engaging into a lifesteal of this farm is going to be a very tall order, something I don't think he fancies his chances in doing. Nature's Prophet, TPing atop. Constant split push, not just Tinker can be anywhere split pushing, it's also the Nature's Prophet. Tinker, well, not just creep waves they can push, he can also farm neutrals, ancients, so fast. Draken atop, he's got himself a lot of gold since having this Orc of Malevolence. I think something that Harrosh are likely waiting for is this fella here. They want to get Roshan, they want to take him down as soon as possible. Last time when they had the Aegis was when they managed to get a couple more towers to go their way, but until the next Aegis is back up there, it looks like they're going to play a bit more safe and cautiously. TLeR are just stuck in their own base. They don't dare leave their own base right now for fear of just Tinker assassinating them. TLeR, well, all they can do is just try and just scrape around to get whatever farm they can get. And it's very little right now. Alchemist has had this BKB for some time, but his farm has just slowed down dramatically. The net worth, well, he's still up there with the help of his Goblin's Greed, but it's just not really going to be enough. And now we see, once again, it's Harrosh. The timing is there as always. TLeR just forced to push out these lanes, even with Roshan going down. Whether or not they know it, it's nothing they can do to stop it. There we go, it does drop. Tinker picks himself up the Aegis. As well, another point in the Dagon. Is it maxed out? Not just yet, not quite. TLeR, well, this is going to be one of the toughest defenses you can imagine. Aegis, Heart of Tarrasque on the lifesteal up, Plate Mail. He's building an Assault Cuirass, and it's Tinker, the squishy hero, the hero they've been trying to focus down, who's got the Aegis this time. So he can just go, I'd say suiciding him, but it's not really suiciding when you've got an Aegis, not to mention you'll bring down 2 or 3 heroes with you. Lifesteal's just going to get to work on this tier 3 tower here, drops the raids, and when that's about to wear off, he backs off. Walks through a wall of replica, but it's only going to catch him. And they can just back off, wait for the wall of replica to expire here. It is level 2 with the level 13 darks here, but for the time being, Harrosh in no rush to push. They can just happily push out these side lanes. And well, it's getting very desperate for TLeR. Desperate times are going to call for desperate measures, and what are going to be those desperate measures? They've got to hope for some huge teamfight wombo combo. They've got the potential to do so with a Tidehunter Ravage. Jakira can follow up with an Ice Path, Macropire. Alchemist can look to burst down some heroes with his Shadow Blade into a BKB. His stun as well as that Rage can do a lot of damage over a short amount of time. Problem is, Darkseer Ultimate's on cooldown. It's going to expire at the mid lane, and now this mid lane is completely vulnerable to the push coming from the Harrosh side. Lifesteal was going to lead things off here, and well, looks like the tier 3 tower going to be brought down. Tinker, oh, silence up right off the bat. Can't get off his combo, he can get off the Dagon, but there's no laser rockets. There will be now shortly. He's going to get basically burst down here. I don't think there's any escape for him. Luckily he's got the Aegis. He will have to blink out immediately if he wants to stay alive here. Rule 16 doing so, just blinks to the low gun, and here goes Lifestealer. He's going to find the player. Rage is there, going to catch the Tinker on the outskirts, but it's not going to be enough. Kind of gets brought down very quickly. Alchemist trying to find a target to drop that stun on, will find the Rubik. They've lost one, Tidehunter, and he's going to buy back. The problem is, buys back, but doesn't have Ravage. And these Rax is now vulnerable. Darkseer is still without the wall of replica. And Powerhouse is going to go straight into the front line. He's going to find this Jakiro. Jakiro going to get brought down here by the raging Lifestealer. Another kill going away of Harrosh. And here we go. Blinking from the Rubik, trying to bring down Titan. Succeeds in doing so just after he fought back. Unfortunate for him. Oh, Alchemist, big 3 euro stun. Queen of Pain, there's your wombo combo. 3 euro stun from Alchemist, followed by a Sonic Wave from the Queen of Pain. Takes out 3. Rubik, Prophet, as well as With, all get brought down. Alchemist, immediate buyback now. He does go take a fall for his efforts. He's now on the front lines. He's actually picked himself up this gem. Problem is, Nature's Prophet, Tinker, as well as Lifesteal are back. It looks like Nature's Prophet fought back for this one. Yes, he did. Draken is back. And these Raxes are not going to be alive and standing for long. Melee Rax going to take the first fall. As Fisher just spamming off these heroes, making it so hard to engage when you've got this Martial Machine just that you've been forced to fight into. Melee Barracks just go down and Harrosh going to retreat. 29 minutes in it took him. And well, it only gets easier from here on out. Having this powerful split push, once you get one lane, the second, the third lanes, they fall so much easier. And we're going to be looking at an Assault Crest coming up soon on the Lifestealer. Then you've got those powerful teamfight auras coming into play as well. Tinker, standing from the top lane. Vacuum actually going to catch him out. Not going to be enough to finish him off, but Whis as well as Rubik may be enough. Whis is blowing in, bringing in the Rubik. Dagon is there from the Tinker, and that's going to be enough to bring down that Darks here. Tidehunter still waiting, watching his ultimate tick down off cooldown. It's not up just yet. Rubik as well as Nature's probably going to start pushing down this top lane. They're taking one lane, they want another. Alchemist doing all he can to catch up as far as farm goes. He's picked up nothing since having this BKB. Forced to constantly defend, forced to constantly use this buyback of his, and as a result, he's not looking at any sort of item. He needs something like an Assault Crest or a Maelstrom, something with some additional damage, additional armor. Even just saying as simple as the Heaven's Halberd for the evasion, but it's just not coming up. Queen of Pain having the Orchid up is looking for a BKB now with this Ogre Club, but well, it's not there just yet. And with one lane missing a melee barracks, the next lane, the push is going to be coming in fairly soon. Aegis was, I believe, yeah, Aegis was using that last fight. The Tinker went blinking in, but even without Aegis, I imagine Harrosh are going to feel confident enough with one lane of racks already down. They can look to take a fight. They can look to take an engagement somewhere. The one hero they have to worry about is always going to be the Darks here. The Vacuum Wall of Replica. The one hero that will cause them a lot of issues if they get caught into a big 4 or 5 man vacuum. But right now it's just Lifestealer playing a safe, slow, steady steed. Nature's Prophet offers a bit of backup damage from the far line. Vacuum catches 3, but there's no Wall of Replica. Silence is being used as well. Lifestealer can easily shrug that all off. And now we see Queen of Pain's Orchid Malevolence on cooldown. Very short cooldown though, so it's decently valuable to spam it. 18-second cooldown, but we'll see another push coming in soon, and this next rage should get this tower down nice and low. Probably going to be able to bring it down. He's not going to go for the tower. He's going to go for the Jakiro. Brings down Jakiro. Another Tinker going in for the dagger. Tide Ravage going to catch a couple of heroes here. King's for the BKB though. Doesn't actually get hit by the Ravage. And now the chase is on. Problem is you can't chase the third Tidehunter. Alchemist though, he's BKB'd up. He's trying to fight this Lifestealer here, but Lifestealer, well, nobody can fight him when he's got a heart as well as this plate mail. And Alchemist, chasing, will stun off the King. King is BKB on cooldown, does get burst down. Queen of Pain Sonic Wave is there to make sure of that. It looks like Harrosh will be forced to back off here. They do get a tier 3 tower. Trade 2 for 2. All said and done. It's a decent fight for them. And are they done? Lifestealer pokes his head in. They haven't got detection though. Alchemist can just Shadow Blade out of there. Nature's Prophet with Dust, but it is on cooldown. And oh man, mid lane, Tinker's found the snipe. It's Queen of Pain who gets sniped by the Dagon 5 Tinker. Too much burst damage, and this is a problem with this Queen of Pain's build. The Orchid does not give you survivability. And we are going to see, engagement from Alchemist. Don't really want to go on this Lifestealer. There's just not enough damage. You can't bring down Lifestealer, he's just too damn tanky. Tide doesn't have a Ravage now, he's going to get burst down by this Lifestealer. One more right click, it's going to be enough to bring down Tide, and now these Raxes are bare. These Raxes are open, and this is going to be a second lane where Raxes are falling now for this TLeR side, and things are looking very, very dismal now. As TLeR, it looks like they may be defeated here by Harrosh, the Singaporean team. They get both Raxes at the top. They've now finished off both the melee and ranged barracks at the mid lane. And with that, a decisive lead for Harrosh. 2 sets of Raxes down. Roshan probably respawning in the next couple of minutes. They can look to wait for Roshan, or they can just look to seal the deal, take down this bottom set of Ratchets as well.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Live Stealer. Rage, 2 or 3 right clicks on tower, retreat. Easy, methodical play. He's going to get caught out a bit here. He's going to get silenced up. The problem is, look at this damage. Queen of Pain is just in over her head. And it's Alchemist now trying to redeem the Queen of Pain. But problem is, Alchemist does not have the survivability. The physical damage is enough, even with the BKB there. Wall of Replica going to stall this push, but Light Stealer, well, he's just going to basically kill off those illusions now. And now they go high ground. Now they look to get this tier 3 tower. Rage is up for the Light Stealer if he wants to use it. And this tier 3 tower is in all sorts of trouble. Vacuum from the dark tier, but this Wall of Replica is just being sidestepped. Harrosh are like, hey, well, this Wall of Replica, no freaking problem. I just step around it. Top lane as well as mid lane have to be defended, and TLeR, well, they're out of options. They're running very, very short. They're running out of gas here. And they're going to see this tier 3 bottom tower being taken down by the Life Stealer. Powerhouse, make sure that Nature's Prophet picks up the last hit. Draken now with a sheep stick up on his Nature's Prophet. As the glyph is going to get popped here, but it's really just not going to be enough. Powerhouse with a finished Assault Crest on this Life Stealer. Dark's going to get tossed back in. Another kill going away for Harrosh. 41 kills in just 34 minutes. And there's your Mega Creeps. I expect the GG call come out any minute now because there's really just nothing left for TLeR to do except go for a couple sort of last minute kills out of pride. They will find Fisher. That's what they can do. Pick off the Tinker, instant buyback, and really, well, it's all about a couple last minute glory kills. Just saving some face here. There's no taking this game back. GG's going to be called from Mayori, and it's going to be Harrosh to advance to the winner bracket semifinals. They are going to meet Awake, the Thai team there in the winner bracket semifinals. Harrosh are victorious. They take down the TLeR Reborn side, but to the TLeR fans out there, the Indonesian fans, all is not lost. TLeR are still in the tournament. They drop down to the loser bracket, so loser bracket action for TLeR. I'm not sure who they'll be going up against, but Harrosh, the Singaporean team, do advance onto the next round. Fantastic play coming out from them. Guys, thanks everyone for tuning in to the live stream. Thanks everyone for tuning in here live at the Marina Bay Sands Convention Center. We're here at the IT Festival for the Armaggeddon Dota 2 Asia Grand Slam. I am GoDz from Beyond the Summit. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back soon with, I believe, our last match of today. Stay tuned, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back with more live action soon here on the Beyond the Summit channel.